Hi, welcome back to Cello from the Beginning. Well, today we're going to be working on the A string with first, third, and fourth fingers. So we spent some time on the D string in the last lesson, getting familiar with those notes, and now we're going to move to the A string using some of those same finger patterns. So we want to go ahead and set up on the A string all four fingers down. Nice curved hand, and we'll be using our bow. So we have our bow grip set up. We're on the string. Now, we can check this fourth finger just as we did on the D string. We checked the fourth finger with the open G. We can check this fourth finger on the A string with the open D. So those should sound the same. The A string fourth finger should sound like a higher version of the open D. I can play those together with my bow, and I'll play them out of tune and bring it into tune so you can hear the adjustment. So I'm going to start out flat, kind of low, so way out of tune. Did you hear it tune up? Now I'm going to start sharp or high and tune it down. Too far. So you can really hear when it lines up quite clearly if you're listening carefully. So we'll find that D. We should mention on this fourth finger on the A string is the note D. It's a higher version of our open D. So this is a D. So let's try that. I'll play and you play the same note back. So here, I'll start and then you play. Ready, and you play. 2, ready, and 2, ready, one more time. Okay, let's try a little bit of a different rhythm. I'm going to add some faster notes. Just listen and see if you can reproduce what I play. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again. U, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. So let's add another note. That's our fourth finger, D on the A string. Third finger is C sharp. Here's D, C sharp. All right, so let's just play the C sharp a little bit here together. Nice long bows. So we don't need a huge amount of pressure to play kind of a mezzo forte dynamic on the A string. I could really push the sound out. But for just sitting in your room practicing kind of a pleasant volume, just using kind of basic arm weight. And nice long bows. If the A string, we're really going to notice if we're using too much pressure and not enough bow, it will crack very easily. We'll get that sound. So I've either got to use more bow or less pressure. And so I'm looking for that balance, just as we practiced before, between bow speed and the bow pressure or weight. So let's try putting third and fourth finger together. So let's play 4 4s and 4 3s, and let's repeat that pattern a couple times. Here, we ready? 1, 2, ready, and 4, 3. 4, 3. One more time. 4, 3. Okay, let's add now first finger on the A string. So we have fourth finger D, third finger C sharp, first finger B, and of course open A. So here's our first finger note. Tune that with the open D if we want, but just play along. Nice long bows. Good. All right. Let's try descending now. Fourth finger, third finger, first finger in groups of 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 4, and 3. Go back to 3, back to 4, 3, 1, 3, and 4. All right, that gives us B, C sharp, and D. Now let's try a few other patterns to make this a little trickier, a little more complicated. So first of all, let's try going from the open string. So right now we can set our hand up and we have our fingers down, we can find our position and keep it. But we remember, just as we were working on the D string, when we have to play starting with an open string, we really have to be aware of that thumb staying in place and keeping us vertically in the correct place right over the notes that we want, and not allowing our hand to move around or slide around. So here we are. Let's try this. Let's go A, 1, 1, 3, 3, 4, 4, and then go back down 3, 3, 1, 1, A. Here we go. So 2 notes of each starting with the open A. 1, 2, open A, 1, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, A. Let's reverse direction now. We'll start with fourth finger, go all the way down to the open A and back up. Again, groups of 2. Ready, and 4, 3, 1, O, 1, 3, 4. All right, great. Now we're going to make another little step in difficulty, which is we're going to alternate open string and fingered notes. So let's do A, 1, 1, A, 3, 3, A, 4, 4, and then back down the same way, A, 3, A1, and open A. So groups of 2, starting with open A. Ready, and A, 1, A, 3, A, 4, A, 3, Great, now let's do the same thing we did before, is reverse the pattern. Starting 4, 4, open, 3, 3, open, 1, 1, open, and coming back up. Here we are. Ready, and 4, A, 3, A, 1, A, 3, Great, okay. So now we've done groups of 4, we've done groups of 2. Let's move on to some groups of 1. So things are going to be moving a little faster. We maybe will slow our overall tempo down a little bit. Let's try a very simple down the scale, up the scale. So 4, 3, 1, O, 2, ready, play. 4, 3, 1, A, 1, 3, 4. Let's do it again. 4, 3, 1, A, 1, 3, 4. One more time. 4, 3, 1, A, 1, 3, 4. Great job. All right, let's do the reverse. So starting from the open A, up the scale and back down. O, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, A. Then we'll lift and repeat. Ready, and A. 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, A. Lift. A. 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, A. One more time. A. 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, A. Okay, great job. So we'll remind ourselves of our note names. A, B, first finger, C sharp, third finger, and D, fourth finger. So now you've got 4 notes on the A string, you've got 4 notes on the D string. So work on these patterns or make up your own patterns, staying on the open A. You can use some different rhythms if you want to. Try the waltz time that we did in the last lesson. Anything to just keep that interesting. And just work on paying attention always to good curved fingers, notes in tune, making firm pressure against the fingerboard, but not trying to drive the string through the fingerboard. So just enough to make the note speak to pitch, and then nice long, smooth bows with even, clear sound. You work on that and you'll be playing good stuff on the A string in no time.